Hello, Los Angeles defense attorney Mark Rosenfeld here. I wanted to talk for a couple minutes about different stages or different phases of a criminal case. When a case first begins, it hasn't even been filed yet. The district attorney or city attorney, whoever the prosecutor is going to be, hasn't even reviewed the case yet. There may be an investigation, there may be an arrest that was made, and the case is then prepared for filing. It is not even filed with the court or the prosecutor yet. This is called the pre-file stage, that nothing has been filed with the court yet. It's still being investigated or reviewed by the prosecution team. So the first step would be pre-file. Then, if the case does get filed, the first court appearance would be the arraignment. And an arraignment is where a person is advised of their rights and what the charges are. So if somebody is arrested for driving under the influence, at the arraignment stage, they will be given a copy of the complaint or the charges, and those can be read in open court that the person is charged with driving under the influence, driving above the legal limit, and whatever other charges they may include in the complaint or what the original charges are. The arraignment is usually one, maybe two court appearances. Sometimes the arraignment is continued and the defense attorney is able to get a copy of the police report and what the charges are to continue with the defense of the case. After the arraignment stage, a plea is entered, guilty or not guilty, and if a not guilty plea is entered, the case continues to the pre-trial stage. So pre-trial really doesn't have anything to do with a jury trial, it's just before the jury trial. And this pre-trial stage can continue for weeks or months depending on how complicated the case is. At the pre-trial stage, just before you would get to trial, you can bring motions, arguments, exchange information, get more documents, negotiate to try to resolve or settle the case at the pre-trial stage. If you're not able to resolve the case once the information is exchanged and you've completed your motion work, you then move on to the trial readiness, which is usually a hearing where the judge makes sure that everybody is ready for trial, and then you go to the trial phase. And with a criminal case, when you're exposed to potential jail or prison time, you have a right to a unanimous jury, and the trial may take anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks, or depending on how complicated it is, maybe longer. And then after the trial, the jury will reach a conclusion, or they'll be unable to reach a conclusion. But if they do reach a conclusion, if it's not guilty, of course, free to leave. If it is guilty, then we would move to the next phase, which would be sentencing or post-conviction, what happens after somebody's convicted, maybe an appeal, sentencing, depends on the particular facts of the case. So there's a lot of different stages in a criminal case. It's important to know what each stage is and what it isn't and what can be done. A lot of times people think they're just going to go to court. It's going to be one court date and they're going to be done. And it's usually not the case. It is possible in certain situations to resolve a case early on, maybe at the arraignment stage. But many times the best result is found later after some more investigation was done. It's important to have an attorney working for you, representing you, and fighting for your best interests from the very beginning, from the pre-file through the arraignment, pre-trial, trial readiness, trial, post-conviction, whatever phase you're in. It's always good to have experienced counsel helping you through the process. If you've got questions about a criminal case in Los Angeles, feel free to give me a call. You can reach me at 310-424-3145.